Because you watch tonight and it's like, man, this Westbrook thing, it's even a worse fit than I thought. I don't like the Westbrook trade. You're never going to talk me into it. And I don't see it. I don't see how they're going to make this work. And if they do, God bless them.
Really quick, before I begin, if you guys can smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, this seriously makes a huge difference to my videos and lets YouTube know to recommend this video to a brand new audience. So thank you so much for doing that, and let's begin.
I know it's opening night. I know we're going to overreact a million times, but what we saw tonight has been what we've been hearing for a few weeks. Training camp didn't seem like they took it that seriously. They have a bunch of new players, and they're old. And you have a game like tonight where LeBron and Davis both had good games and nobody else played well. We have to be careful about overreacting with this Lakers team, because I think it's going to take 2 to 3 months before they figure out who their 9 guys are and how the fuck to use Westbrook. Because you watch tonight and it's like, man, this Westbrook thing, it's even a worse fit than I thought. It's LeBron's team. LeBron has the ball all the time, and we already have seen what Westbrook is like when he's with somebody who monopolizes the ball. Poor Houston, when they had him, it was a complete catastrophe. They finally had to trade Capella in a trade that, in retrospect, was pretty bad, just to kind of clear out the floor so he'd have space to do Westbrook stuff. Lakers aren't going to give him that luxury, and there's always going to be people in the paint, and he can't shoot. He can't shoot threes. So, I was really dubious that this was going to work, and everything I saw tonight continued to leave me dubious. We'll see. They have a lot of time to figure it out, and LeBron's one of the smartest basketball players of all time. If anyone can figure out how to use a weapon like Westbrook, it's probably him. But I just don't know if he's a winning player, and I've said this over and over and over again. We have very, 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 very little evidence that he is an actual winning player who can be on a winning team for 4 rounds. We've seen it for brief runs. We've seen it in situations where he has the ball a ton and he's putting up big stats. I think it's going to be really hard for him to put up big stats on this team. And can he just be a guy who kind of fades in and out of the game like a cat and gets some of his numbers, but is content to have these games like today where he has 6 points with 5 minutes left in the game? Defensively, they're going to have a lot of issues, I think, because you have Westbrook, who, in my opinion, is a below-average defensive player at this point and really makes a lot of mistakes down the stretch. You have LeBron, who can play defense, but is mostly going to take that part of the court off unless it's the fourth quarter. And then you go on down the line, it's just, they actually had to play Avery Bradley in crunch time. They just picked him up like yesterday. He's out there guarding Steph Curry with 4 minutes left. So work in progress, but at the same time, it's an old team. I think it's weird. I think they remind me a lot of the 2018 Cavs that just brought in a bunch of new guys and they're like, look at this guy, and we have this guy, and look at this guy. And by January, LeBron was trying to get rid of all of them. Ultimately, they have LeBron and Davis, and they're going to be fine. But I don't like the Westbrook trade. You're never going to talk me into it. I would rather have KCP and Kuzma and the flexibility with those contracts. I would have rather had Buddy Hield. And I'm just never going to admit defeat on this one. I don't think it made sense. And I think it was a trade you make when your best player is also your GM. It's not LeBron's job to build a roster. That's why you have other people. It seems like LeBron really pushed for this. Would DeRozan have been better? Maybe. Would Buddy Hield have been better? I think, yeah. I actually do. And I think they would have been able to keep KCP too, who I think they need defensively. So we'll see. It's a long season. But the big takeaway for me, the Westbrook thing, we have to watch it. I really want to see how they figure this out, because I love basketball. I think I'm pretty smart at understanding it. And I don't see it. I don't see how they're going to make this work. And if they do, God bless them.
Hey guys, welcome back to Sports 360. That was Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons podcast. After the opening night contest between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Golden State Warriors, where the Warriors outscored the Lakers 38-29 in the fourth quarter to come away with the 121-114 win, while LeBron James had a good game with 34 points, 11 rebounds and 5 assists, and Anthony Davis had 33 points, 11 rebounds and 2 blocks. Westbrook in his Lakers debut struggled. He had a team worst plus minus with minus 23 in 35 minutes and finishing with 8 points on 4 of 13 shooting and 4 turnovers. LeBron said after the game, "I told Russ just to go home and watch a comedy," James said. "Do something that can put a smile on your face. I told him not to be hard on himself. It's one game." I do agree on some of the points that Bill Simmons raised in his podcast. It's just going to take time in the regular season to work out who's who, and so Russell can find his form. Look, we all know Russell. He's going to get his stats, but let's give him time. Let's give the Lakers time. They're still going to be a contender out of the West. It all depends on how they all click as the playoffs start and if they make a deep run into the playoffs. What was your thoughts on Russell's debut game for the Lakers tonight? Leave a comment down below. I'll be interested to see your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. That really helps my videos out. If you like this type of content, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.